Center, whether it was UPA or NDA, consulted their oppositions. You had an empowered committee of finance ministers of states, and the chairpersons of empowered committee were people of various political complexions. They conducted the consultations. The central governments in turn consulted the empowered committee. And then you had a parliamentary standing committee first, and thereafter you had a select committee of the Rajya Sabha. On the eve of the passage of the Constitution Amendment, again consultations individually was held with each political party. And while amending the Constitution to provide for the GST, we changed certain positions to factor in what the Congress party was insisting on. So there was a broad-based consensus. Once the Constitution Amendment was unanimously passed, which means that every political party committed to it, the GST Council came into existence. Different legislations, 5 of them by the Central Parliament, 1 by each one of the state assemblies, 31 of them in all, passed almost unanimously by different houses of parliament or by the state assemblies. And every state government, irrespective of its political affiliation, committed itself to it. So you had then center and state consultations. The GST Council was a perfect experiment in a federal institution where 31 state governments and the center together took hundreds of decisions, and each one of them by consensus. I can say this without fear of contradiction, that there has never been this exercise of this kind of political consultation and political consensus in bringing the GST. And now those who have been a party to this consultation and decision-making process must also accept this is not a decision of the central government. It's equally a decision which 31 state governments and union territories have been a party to. And these are representing various political complexions. They must now display broad shoulders and own up this decision. Symbolic boycotts are not an evidence of any kind of disassociation from these decisions. As far as the government is concerned, it remains committed to the GST as to any other reform process, because we believe this is probably the single most important taxation reform in the last 70 years. And I'm sure it will prove beneficial both to the economy and to the country itself. I hope every political party will reconsider and revisit its decision and be a party to the launch of a massive reform to which they have been themselves privy to.